They saw Cassie straight from medical procedure, crying yet quiet as the terrible kid organizer requested superstar specialist Dr. Candid Ryan promptly remove the inserts in spite of the serious well-being risk. The underscore leaped off the bar, came on, and said, "Yo, Cassie, tomorrow. I believe you should shave the side of your head." And I resembled I'm similar to what this sort of solicitation is that your hair when you trim your hair. Everybody went off the deep end, all around the web. What was it like? It was only an alleviation to I super needed to accomplish something else. Really stunning proof is surfacing about the torment Cassie went through while dating Diddy, and an observer recently uncovered that Diddy supposedly constrained Cassie to get bosom embeds. And afterward, only one day after the fact, he advised the specialist to switch the medical procedure, seriously jeopardizing Cassie's life. In the meantime, it was additionally uncovered that the specialist who gave Cassie backtack inserts kicked the bucket under secretive conditions. Not long after you worked on Cassie, it's truly starting to seem to be Diddy has been taking part in numerous evil deeds, and fans are currently approaching the specialist to research him. This is a common case. It was settled. Did he actually face a few crook accusations? I mean, the charges were honestly very major, totally. It's 100% conceivable common repayment isn't in no manner make him resistant from criminal obligation. It's currently been 7 days since Diddy settled this stunning claim with ex-Cassie after she sued him in government court under New York's grown-up survivors represent long stretches of D visa and dealing. After Cassie recorded the claim, Diddy's lawyer Ben Brothman promptly gave an assertion saying that the charges are misleading and that Diddy dismisses Cassie's endeavors to coerce him. However, at that point, under 24 hours after the fact, Brothman put out another announcement declaring that Diddy consented to settle the claim with Cassie for an undisclosed measure. Obviously, Diddy's legal counselor guaranteed that the repayment isn't a confirmation of culpability anyway. Fans and lay lawful specialists are saying this most certainly brings up a ton of issues, since anybody blamed for a felony, for example, dealing would need to demonstrate their innocence in court, particularly a high-profile VIP whose achievement relies upon his public picture now. Many individuals are contemplating whether this repayment implies that Diddy is free and that the specialists can't arraign him. Well, that is truly false. And Diddy could have to deal with criminal penalties in the future, as attorney Ronzano as of late clarified for regulation. Wrongdoing Diddy isn't insusceptible to criminal examination. And despite the fact that Cassie settled, she may, as yet, be gathered to affirm in court common repayment doesn't in any capacity make him invulnerable from criminal responsibility. What a common repayment would sort of assist you with realizing Diddy would be that Cassie or Miss Ventura can't deliberately proceed to do things now that doesn't keep her from coming clean, that she's constrained by regulation on. Yet I don't think it, assuming that there is criminal responsibility not too far off. This truly doesn't help him that much. What it does is it keeps him from saying something under the influence of a testimony, right? It keeps him from doing that. He would need to he doesn't need to go through the activity like I take the fifths, since that simply doesn't help anybody in the common setting. So it sort of settled things, put things, yet I couldn't say whether it put things to sleep. Now the state has each option to seek after their own argument against Diddy anyway. Tales are circumventing that Diddy has many individuals, perhaps even some state authorities, on his finance. So it is not yet clear, assuming they'll get this case. And Indec Diddy talking about having individuals on his finance. An upset new report arose about Diddy purportedly pay specialists to perform life gambling with plastic medical procedure. On Cassie, one unknown source gave an elite meeting to the Day-to-Day Mail and saw the second Diddy requested Cassie to invert her bosom embeds only one day after she got the medical procedure. As per the source, Diddy compelled Cassie to go through bosom increase. However, at that point altered his perspective, since he could have done without the outcomes. and he requested that the specialist eliminated the inserts promptly regardless of alerts. He was endangering Cassie's life. The Mail reports that the observer saw Cassie straight from medical procedure, crying yet quiet as the awful kid organizer requested VIP specialist Dr. Honest Ryan quickly eliminated the inserts regardless of the serious well-being. Takes a chance with Diddy figured they could go right once more into a medical procedure like now, and take them out, the observer said. And Dr. Ryan resembled no chance attempting to clarify for him that we ought to stand by no less than a half year to perceive how it recuperates on the grounds that she was opened up. Yet Diddy resembled no they must come out call, who you really want to call, they must come out, the observer asserted they were available for this conversation among Diddy and the specialist, which occurred soon after Thanksgiving in 2009 at the workplace of Dr. Straightforward Ryan. The source proceeded to say that they were damaged about what they saw and depicted Diddy's therapy of Cassie is so horrible, thus horrendous. She was dealt with like a decay. The observer said it was in a real sense like her voice was grabbed. And there was nothing she could do that on the off potential for success, that she fired having up for herself. She'd be in a difficult situation, she knew, to stay silent and oblige anything he's expressing. Yet there's one more exceptionally upsetting subtlety in this story. Plastic specialist Dr. Plain Ryan passed on under a year in the wake of performing 2 dangerous consecutive medical procedures on Cassie. Dar Ryan passed on in August 2010 when he unintentionally drove his vehicle off a precipice in Malibu, California. The California Thruway Watch later put out an announcement asserting that a hazardous turn was the authority reason for the auto collision anyway. Fans are beginning to uncertainty the authority story in light of the fact that Dave Ryan isn't the main individual who kicked the bucket unexpectedly subsequent to working with Diddy likewise. These new claims about Diddy compelling Cassie to have medical procedure support the cases Cassie made in her claim about Diddy having full control of her life. And presently more proof is beginning to surface from individuals who saw how Diddy was treating Cassie. One of them is rapper Youthful Athlete, who recently saw Diddy request Cassie to shave half of her head, since he saw it on one more lady. Athlete wasn't just stunned by Diddy's solicitation, yet additionally by Cassie's reaction, since she appeared to be frightened to go to bat for herself. Cassie sit close to one another. My better half here, Cassie here, the __. Leaped off the B, came on, and said, yo Cassie, tomorrow I maintain that you should shave the side of your head. And I resembled I'm similar to what the sort of solicitation is that like so when I'm like what the so when I look into there this white lady side of her head was shaved. My __, and the __, look great with it, so I was taking a gander at cast. I resembled well. I resembled you not going to do that, are you? She said. Well, I mean, anything seen desires I will do. Cassie was then compelled to lie in interviews that she shaved her head since she needed to change, yet glancing back at those meetings, now you could perceive that she was so terrified to say some unacceptable thing. What was it? Like making that change from working with him vigorously to working with P-Day. He appears to be very startling great. I generally worked with not unnerving the she unnerves be somewhat apprehensive, and afterward, during Cassie's joint honorary pathway appearances, with Diddy you could see he was watching out for everything she might do. And how she responded to questions. Last inquiry. Is there anything that you might need to admit this evening before you go in? I'd keep everything here, there you go. Or here, there you go, that is the way you do it. Right reports are currently additionally beginning to flow that more claimed casualties, female and male, could approach, and FI Sen truly implied in a new post that Cassie isn't the main lady Diddy put his hands on after Diddy settled the claim in the span of 24 hours. Fitty composed on Instagram, he paid that cash genuine fast. Ought to have done that before the sharks saw the blood in the water. And here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 each lady. He put his hand on. Fans are currently saying Cassie's claim can't be the end. And they need to see Diddy dealt with one fan, got out whatever Cassie has gone through, is genuinely nerve-wracking. And horrendous the cost this injury probably had on her body, it's a miracle she is as yet alive, not to mention intellectually sufficiently able to follow a claim, enumerating some of what she has gone through then, to have the option to find love get hitched. And have children, Cassie, is more grounded than a considerable lot of these defeatists in the business, carrying on with harmful twofold lies. I supplicate a fair consequence will be given, and someone else, composed Diddy, is having the most obviously awful a great time he has Tupac and Kim Dorman's blood on his hand among claims of him, making the most of male craftsmen, and completing detestable demonstrations with them. Now Cassie uncovering him with these charges, opening the entryways for every one of his casualties, will destroy his destruction. And he legitimately merits all that is occurring to him, yet let us in on in the remarks, assuming that you